Whoa. You just watched my video journal? Okay, this is crazy. You have to tell me which season you like better. Honestly, for me, it's kind of tough. I mean, season 1 was a little more grounded, a little more mysterious. Season 2, a lot more emotion, better song selection. I don't know. What do you think? I didn't watch chapters 1 and 2. I just watched your video journal from Hardcore Civilization. Wait, you didn't watch chapter 1 or chapter 2, but you watched my video journal from Hardcore Civilization? How did you even watch that journal anyways? How is that even possible? I mean, you can't blame me. I was told it was like 5 hours. And also, we're stuck in each other's universes. We kind of got to focus on that right now. I know. You started at the very end of the journal. I'm not happy about it, but I guess it makes sense.
Efbo? Is that really you? How is this possible? I saw you in Hardcore Civilization. How did you get back?
Oh man, Tabby, I'm glad you're okay. I honestly have no clue. I just died and woke up here.
Well, we might have just found something that could help us explain this situation. Also, Efbo, should I be concerned that there's now 2 of you?
I mean, I don't think so. Besides, what's wrong with more of me? I'm awesome.
I'm gonna let everyone here know now that when Efbo became the ruler of the world, he not only built a statue for himself, he built 2 statues for himself. So as long as this Efbo has even half the ego as mine, I think we'll get along just fine.
I don't have an ego, do I?
No, but you do talk way too much.
Okay, that's because I'm monologuing for the story. It's different. Meeting another version of yourself is crazy, but seeing the other version of yourself flying is another story. Tabby, why is Efbo flying?
Yeah, he's the so-called parkour god of his universe.
The other Efbo is a god?
Yeah, don't ask me how it works. It just is.
Okay, that's pretty crazy. Wait, but I'm still the cooler Efbo, right?
We're wasting time. We have 2 worlds to save.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Wait, Tabby, you didn't answer the question. Group assembled at the video journal headquarters. Hey, it took you a while to get here. You want me to teach you how to parkour so you can go faster? You know what? That is a tempting offer. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, that does sound really cool. Okay, I'll come back to that. For now, let's see what the parkour champion found in the video journal. The guy in the diamond boots, the parkour champion, said that there was something in my video journal that might explain why people are teleporting across universes. Obviously, I'm a little confused because, well, this is my journal. But you know me, I don't mind rewatching my old stuff.
Efbo, if you're saying this, you are not saying it. Someone let me examine. I saw him jump from the same parkour, but there is someone out there with a weapon.
I did a low-key barely even want to play Minecraft as much as I thought I would. Not even watching an F-Bow video.
Does not speak. So obviously a huge takeaway from that video journal. And then let's get to the second thing. So Prince Zam was hit by an item and teleported back to PvP Civilization? That's strange because I was hit by something, but I died from it. I'm sure you can fill me in more. I don't really know how parkour damage works. But someone
You know what?
weird staircase.
This remind me of in hold on again. ReZero. One part is supposed to there we're basically close to Subaru. Where him have a similar ability to him. That's what I feel like watching this right now. Prince Zam have a similar ability to F-Bow one or just the same one. With just more limits there, maybe less limits or whatever.
I guess I died from that. Also, there was that noise that keeps replaying in my head. I wonder if that's the noise Foray was talking about. Hold up. You said you died by a staircase, right? I think I just encountered the same thing earlier today. Follow me. I want to know if this is what you saw right before you died. I followed the parkour god and Tabby out into the desert where I saw a small structure in the distance. The parkour god was onto something. The small build right in front
He's
of me
onto
was
something.
exactly like the staircase I saw back in Parkour Civilization. The only difference is that this one was noticeably small. Wait. So you were in a parkour battle, I guess is what you call it, with Prince Zam, and someone invisible jumped off this tower and Prince Zam just disappeared? That's correct. And my theory now is Prince Zam is no longer in PvP Civilization. My thinking is that whoever this invisible player is has the power to transport players across our 2 universes. The
Minato?
problem is that we don't know who this invisible person is or what they look like.
Bro might be Einstein.
The identity of our invisible person. The parkour god thinks he saw something when Prince Zam was hit with the mysterious item. So now, him and his person Jumper who are trying to find a way to use parkour to rewatch his own memories. Okay, so you can hit me with the bed jump, but that would just put me to sleep, right?
Not unless my intentions are to put you in a dream state.
Okay, but how do we slow down the memory? It's gonna be too fast.
I suppose I can try and make a 4-block bed jump onto a honey block, back onto a bed for a parkour combo to slow down the dream.
No, but a honey block inside the parkour combo would only slow down my physical speed inside of the dream.
What about cobwebs?
Shut Jumper, you might be a genius. Okay, hit me with the 2-block cobweb kneel between 2 beds. Bro, what am I listening to right now? It's hard to tell if the people from Parkour Civilization are just genuinely insane, but I did get hit by magical parkour damage before, so I guess this is just normal to them. I watched Jumper purposely attack the other version of myself with a kneel, jump, whatever that is, and supposedly this is gonna put him to sleep where he can watch a slowed down version of his memory. Yeah, okay, I think it's safe to say I have no clue how parkour works. After the parkour damage was dealt, I was now in a dream state. If Jumper and I planned this correctly, this should be my memory, and it should be slowed down. However, this is experimental parkour, so anything could go wrong. But currently, this does seem like the moment when that player disappeared right in front of my eyes. So now, the question is, can I get a look at who our invisible player is? I couldn't make out who it was when they were standing on top of the staircase, but that wasn't the part when I thought I saw them. It was right at the moment of impact, right when this player was hit with that weapon. That's when I thought I saw something. Alright, now I just gotta wait for impact and hope it's slow enough. That's the weapon. I saw it. But who is that?
At this rate, people will soon become aware of his presence. What are we gonna do?
There's no need to sit in the shadows anymore. The world is ready to meet the one who is going to free them.
I saw what you told me to look for. I had a life in this universe, and then Echo became a god and killed me. This entire universe is proof of what will become of mine if we don't put an end to him. Will you be enough to stop 2 of him?
I'm the only one of my kind. I am the only player to be born between both PvP and parkour universes. I hold the weapon that serves as a reminder of my purpose. You see, the universe can feel, and the universe felt an imbalance of power. One player being allowed to rule over 2 civilizations was purely unjust. So, it summoned me to correct this imbalance of power. To correct it, I need to destroy it.
Everyone caught up to speed here. So, our mysterious player has a weapon that when you get hit by it, it transports you between parkour and PvP civilization. Right, and I think what's also important is
We need to
note that
nerf.
don't have a
We
name
need
for
to
this one.
nerf the
So we're gonna need to come up
the
with a name
blazes.
now
We
because
lucky
if
need
I'm
to go
gonna
to
be
the nether
referencing
just to
it in
get
the video
gold.
journal, you know what I mean? What did it look like again? Well, if I were to put in parkour terms, I would say the handle was about a 3-4 block jump distance, and then it's like if you were jumping to a giant vertical box at the end of it. Okay, so that description gave us absolutely nothing. So it's like a giant club.
Wait. Why don't we call it the mace?
First we
Yeah,
flint,
I mean, that's
and
a
then
good
we
name.
Alright,
steal.
from here on out, the villain is the
Yeah,
mace.
first
Okay, so
we
now that
mine,
we've given a
then
cool
we
name for this
craft.
weapon, now we have to establish the motive. What this one is for. Then we have to think about origin. Mace function. Then maybe we go into the...
Oh, that was sad.
What's going on?
It's like Mahito pulling out a hackle a la huge friend. Let's take a pause. Just a moment.
Open up. It's
I'm
time
going to
for
put another video in the background because I low key have a poor attention span on it.
We did the McBoford video. We now have a McDonald's kind of reputation towards us. Someone DM'd us and told us about a little McDonald's going into a town called Mount Evelyn. They don't want a McDonald's. They have a massive Facebook group. Everyone's making all these signs. They made bumper stickers, posters, big signs. We had the town hall meeting because we wanted the McDonald's. They're having a town hall meeting because they don't want it. Can't believe a month after our video, they're actually having a town hall meeting. Seb's going to go and infiltrate it, sit in there, turn your back to the Big Mac. What is this meeting for? We're 5 minutes from the town hall. There's a Macca's right there. It's actually ridiculous.
Over 1,000 members in the Facebook group, and we've got a packed hall here tonight. We all know worried that 24-hour restaurants attract undesirable people. I really don't want that in my life.
Bright external lighting cause increased stress to our owls.
Some people say, well, you lost. Well, we didn't. We may have lost a battle, but we won the war.
Reset Mars.
Are a parasite. The only thing that they want is money.
The childcare centre and Macca's is by the same developer. Money.
If your kid apologizes before they even finish their sentence, that's not politeness. That's programming. Kids don't wake up people pleasers. They become them when home quietly teaches one rule: keep everyone happy or something bad happens. And here's the part parents never see coming. One tiny daily behavior repeated is all it takes to turn a confident kid into someone who says sorry for simply existing. Let's start with one.
I can be real with you. I watched this part video plenty, but if I low-key watch the whole video today, and I might low-key get slimed out by my parents. Hey, Ncraft channel just become 11 years old. We done YouTube has so long together now. What a wonderful one. Oh yeah, that's the same thing. I'm retired, but I'm the true kind of retired.
Possibly be scary. There are a ton of different horror genres that you might have tried before, like psychological horror, survival horror, or even cosmic horror. But of them, there's a new genre called cozy horror, and it's exactly what it sounds like. A subgenre that blends supernatural elements with a sense of warmth while prioritizing atmosphere. It's like the weighted blanket of the scary world. And so today I want to show you a game that is able to deliver a perfect mix vibes and absolutely horrifying visuals. This is Run, a game that uses comfort as camouflage and slowly reveals that the most frightening thing in its world isn't what's lurking.
I spent the last 2 years of my life making a gardening game. It's normal. Experience the Dutch.
Job ahead of us. As we step off the bus, it immediately becomes apparent that things might not be quite so simple because yeah, it's impossible to make out what the locals are saying. It shouldn't really matter. We're only here because someone hired us as their new gardener, and we have until Monday morning to do it. The house is just across the bridge, so we pick up the bridge key and make our way across. We have now officially entered the world of Run. So let's see if we can pinpoint the exact moment where the normal cozy vibe turns into straight horror. We arrive at the garden area, and it's obvious.
Street horror implies the existence of gay horror.
Between the waist-high grass, the piles of junk, and the constant molehills, we've got our work cut out for us before Monday. Our shed is in the middle of the garden, and the person that hired us left some important notes. You're allowed to take the shears, trowel, and watering can from this shed. Try not to wander off during the night because it gets cold and foggy here in the north. But please note that my house is off limits, and it's that last rule that stands out. Makes you wonder what the person who hired us is hiding in there, doesn't it? I mean, either way, I'm sold. A relaxing gardening game in a northern Dutch town sounds like a good time. So let's grab the shears and head out, because the grass and hedges aren't going to trim themselves. Cutting the grass is satisfying in a way that's hard to describe. I really wasn't expecting to feel this way about a game advertised as horror. Like, I came here for scares, and instead I'm getting the same dopamine hit I get from organizing my inventory in Resident Evil 4. It's the snip of the shears while the progress counter in the corner slowly ticks upwards. It's very video gamey, but it works for that pure, simple accomplishment feeling. And I think that's what makes these cozy games work so well. They tap into something primal about transforming chaos into order, watching a neglected space slowly become something beautiful through your own effort. There's a reason why power washing simulators and lawn mowing games have found such massive audiences. The human brain is hardwired to find satisfaction in visible, measurable progress. It's a very normal feeling. So I'm working my way through the garden, section by section, and honestly, I'm vibing. The sun is out, I'm making progress, and for a supposed horror game, this is still remarkably peaceful. But here's the thing about Grunt that I'm starting to notice. There are certain moments where it feels like someone is watching. It's hard to explain until this moment where I was minding my own business and I turned to look directly at a figure has been watching us the entire time, lurking from the shadows. And the second I turn the camera to look directly at him, he's gone. This is the first real moment where Grun reveals that something about this town isn't quite right. But that's not actually the thing that's most disturbing about this game. Because the next area we enter, the church, is hiding some secrets. And just by looking at it, this area could also use some gardening. So here we go again. We start cutting down the tall grass with the shears. And I mean, look, we know it's a horror game. We know things are only going to get worse from there. And once again, I can't help but find myself feeling strangely relaxed. You can see the day go by in the top right corner, and just like games like Animal Crossing and Stardew Valley, the residents of this small town all have schedules. But it doesn't quite work the way you'd expect. I found out when I accidentally ignored the warning.
The resident might be evil.
In front of the church.
I am so
Ghosts
cool.
appear from the tombstones, and we get the first ending of the game. Wait, what? Suddenly, I'm staring at a game over screen, genuinely confused about what just happened. I cut some flowers, but this is when I realized I wasn't playing the game I thought I was playing. Well, to be honest, there's something I didn't tell you. This game isn't normal at all. Before I downloaded Run, I decided to check out the reviews on Steam and found something I thought had to be a mistake. There were tons of posts that went like this: if you like Outer Wilds, you'll enjoy this too. Or this one weirdly because here's the thing, Run has 11 different endings, and most of them, well, they involve dying. Stay out at night for too long, try to pet the dog, literally drown or cut the sacred flowers like we do. This is why the time of day matters, because the residents move around, and the only way for us to catch them at the right time is by figuring out where they'll be during the day. And if you've played Outer Wilds, which is an incredible game by the way, you'll immediately understand what's happening here. Run is essentially a time loop mystery disguised as a gardening simulator. Each death isn't really a game over because it's information. You're meant
So
to die
basically,
until it's
ReZero. Yeah, I
dead
agree with
ends,
that.
and to piece together the town's secrets through experimentation. And I know the comparison seems absurd at first, because what could a cozy gardening game possibly have to do with exploring the solar system? But they're both built on the same fundamental design philosophy. Knowledge is you die, you were at the start, but everything you've learned stays with you. And this is brilliant.
I can make a
core
good
design
editor
because
for
it
this
means every
by
mistake, every time the wrong player is probably stay out too long at night, isn't necessarily frustrating. It's teaching us the rules of this world. We're learning what this town considers sacred, and so the horror isn't just jump scares. It's slowly realizing that this cozy garden town has very specific so naturally, I decided to explore more of this town, because if I'm going to die 11 different ways, I might as well see what I'm working with. We can head into the church, and immediately the tone shifts. It's dark in here, almost maze-like, and as I'm turning a corner, there he is again. The same figure, just staring, and the second I see him, he vanishes. On the floor nearby, there's a skeleton with what the game calls a magic trumpet. Apparently, it can reveal ghosts and calm them down when played. Something is very wrong with this town, but the game refuses to make a big deal out of it. The church leads us outside to to the road where we first arrived. There's a cornfield here, and yeah, it's about as ominous as you'd expect when walking through tall corn in a horror game. And next to it is a gas station, and at the edge of town there's a boat with 2 kids inside. But what really catches my attention is this crypt on the other side of this bridge. I head inside and immediately the water is up to my knees. It's claustrophobic and I'm starting to get that feeling that I probably shouldn't be here. At the end of the crypt, we find the previous gardener dead. It's heavily implied he tried to enter the house that we were warned was off limits. And when I look up through a hole in the ceiling, guess who's staring down at us? This figure has been following us everywhere. He hasn't really tried to attack or harm us up until this point because the crypt starts filling with water. Luckily, we have our gardening tools to get out before it's too late. Now here's something I need to talk about, because Grun has this mechanic that I didn't fully appreciate until my 3rd or 4th loop. Polaroids that are scattered through the town. At first, they kind of seem like collectibles, little snapshots that are taken from odd angles, random corners, or places we might not have been yet. But they are doing something way smarter than that, because
Give me some resistance potions.
each Polaroid freezes a perspective we haven't
Yeah,
seen yet,
F
a corner we
potion.
haven't turned, a fence we didn't know we could push past. And when we finally stumble into that exact spot later, there's this moment of recognition. We've been here before, not literally, but through that picture. The game showed us this place before we understood what it meant. And this is how shortcuts operate as well, because once we're on the 10th loop, it's pretty neat to know this hedge can open to unlock a different area early on. And the first time we arrived in this town, everything felt familiar. We're walking the same routes over and over, taking the long way around because that's all we know. But as we explore, as we pay attention, routes start to collapse. We're not unlocking the town with keys or upgrades. We're learning it. And that's the genius of Grun and why it's being compared to Outer Wilds so often. It's a Metroid Brainia. As long as you have the knowledge, you'll make moving forward easier. Basically, the reward for paying attention isn't a journal entry or a quest marker like in most games. Instead, it's confidence and efficiency. By the time I realized how interconnected the town really is, I was already moving through it like someone who belongs here. And yeah, I know the title of the video, but the question that stuck in my mind is this a horror game that's pretending to be cozy, or is this a cozy game that's pretending to be horror? Anyway, before we can really answer that, there's one area left we haven't explored yet, so let's see if we can do any gardening work there. The park is the last place that still pretends to be normal. On paper, it's exactly what you'd expect from a small town like this. A food truck, a playground, some people hanging out. Honestly, after everything we've seen so far, this place almost feels really makes this town feel lived. There are the schedules the inhabitants have, shops close, people go home when it gets late, and I just love it when video games do this because it makes it feel like we're not the center of this world, but just passing through it, especially because of the language barrier from everyone speaking Dutch. Sure, we can interact with people, hell, there's even an achievement for it, but we can never truly connect with them. Actually, as you've probably been able to tell, I am Dutch, and Grun isn't just a made-up name. It refers to this place, a province in the far north of the Netherlands. And so, even though I grew up in the south, the accent up there is so heavy that I genuinely can't make out what people are saying half the time. So, bonus point for accurately representing what it would actually be like in a small Dutch town in the north. And I'm not just talking about the haunted stuff. We were specifically told not to wander off at night, so let's grab our stuff and head back to the shed to sleep. Something I've been avoiding is this strange door inside the building that we can unlock. It leads to a hallway that just keeps going and going, and when we finally reach the end, we step into this void where we meet the owner of the house. Turns out he's trapped here because evil spirits invaded the world and turned this place into some kind of gateway. He was about to deal with it himself, but now that he's stuck, he needs us to do it instead. And this is where the game gives us a choice. We can literally just wait until Monday, take the bus and leave. Basically abandon the town to whatever fate is waiting for it. Or we can try
Abandon
to
the
solve
town
this
and leave it
mystery.
to whatever fate.
The owner mentions there are at least 4 spirits active here, and each one's soul is an idol. So our new job is to find those idols and bring them to the church. Something Grun loves doing is putting a door somewhere that realistically shouldn't lead anywhere, and will need to learn how to move through them to find the items, like this narrow opening in a wall with nothing but a blanket hanging on a clothesline. No transition or explanation, just a beach that exists inside a building. And the game keeps pulling this. There's a small structure in the garden that, when you walk inside, opens into this massive maze. It's unsettling to navigate through it, but eventually it gives way to a room with a fountain. And there, sitting in a chair, fast asleep, is the figure, the one who's been watching us this whole time. Now look, after all the stalking, I feel pretty justified grabbing a hammer and hitting him. And apparently that was the down. 3 more to go. There are skeletons scattered around town, and I can take a bone from one of them to distract the dog guarding a nearby house. Inside, there's a toy boat. I bring it to those two kids sitting in the boat at the edge of town, and when I hand it over, one of them gets so furious he transforms into the short idol. The last two are easier to track down. No idol is hidden behind another impossible doorway. This one leading to a mushroom cave, and using the magic trick, I can turn one of the ghosts
Top 10 worst times
into
of all
a
time.
shy idol. Alright? 4 idols.
I don't think I could say that I'm not allowed to give myself thing. I'm just going to say how I'm going to prevent me death and walk over without having to walking over. But no, that would give me hunger.
When we step back outside the tomb, there are skeletons sitting in every chair of the church and just staring at us. And I'm not going to lie, this might be the most unsettling moment in the entire game, because clearly something must have gone terribly wrong. We exit the church and the town is on fire, but now, finally, we're able to enter the house we've been told to avoid this whole time. Before we go in, there's a note on the ground that reads, "The spirits are evil. The idols
The
must be
residents are evil.
destroyed. They must not be returned to the church at all costs. Their combined power will open a gateway to a hellish world." Oh, so we just did exactly what we weren't supposed to do. Inside the house, we can feel this dark presence, and a message appears on screen. The world explodes in 2.5 minutes. We need to move fast, but it's room after room of dead ends, empty spaces, nothing useful, until we find him, the ghost of the real previous owner of the house. Turns out that guy we met in the void, he was tricking us. We just helped open his gateway. And, well, you might have noticed this glitch effect he has, so I decided to pause the game at that exact moment. I guess it was kind of obvious. The real owner explains that the ruler of this domain is a terrible dark force waiting outside, ready to break and destroy this world. But he gives us a key to the attic where his blessed sword should be boxed up. So we sprint to the attic, tear through boxes until we find the holy blade, and head back outside to face the demon. And you know what? The sword works better than expected. One strike and the demon is defeated. The world is restored. The real owner's soul is freed, and he tells us we can forget about the gardening work. And that's how we get the good ending. Now I want to talk about why Grun works as well as it does, because on paper, this shouldn't work at all. A cozy gardening simulator mixed with cosmic horror and time loop mechanics, it sounds like 3 different games mashed together. But Grun understands something really important about horror, that the scariest moments aren't when you're already on edge. They're when you let your guard down. Just think about it. Every major horror beat in this game happens right after you've been lulled into that swimming hedges, watching the progress bar tick up, feeling genuinely relaxed, and then something's watching you. You're exploring a peaceful park, and suddenly you're neck deep in thirst water staring at your corpse. The game weaponizes comfort. It makes you feel safe so that when it comes to running, it makes you hard. That's what separates other indie and hope it works. Grun earns both sides of that equation. The gardening isn't just it's not just the horror isn't just aesthetic, it's baked into Grun's rules, its history, and its entire structure. You're not playing a horror game pretending to be cozy, you're playing a game that is genuinely both, and that tension between the two is what makes it so unsettling. Now I'll be honest, Grun isn't perfect. Some of the endings feel a little arbitrary, and if you're not into time loop games where you die repeatedly to learn the mechanics, this might frustrate you more than intrigue you. But if you're willing to lean into that outer wild style experimentation, if you're okay with a game, then growing is something. So if this sounds interesting to you, it's weird and it's one of the most unique core experiences I've had in a long time.
Drop your long stick, man. Hurry up.
Comment and hit the bell notification icon. And I'll see you in the next Cosmic Lore video.
No got enough time. Por favor, mi hermano. No, drop the thing. Come on. I just need one more. One more and we're out. Come on, hurry up, run over. How much each of these turn into? 2. That's 12. That's enough, yeah, that's enough. Okay, start taking it slowly. Can't risk losing these blaze rods now.
After months of anticipation, Minecraft's new IKEA store is getting ready to open its doors for grand opening.
The 70,000 block store will have thousands of items on hand.
Shoppers getting increasingly excited for what they can expect inside.
No, vai vedere, go back and go to the part.
SCP-3008.
CP? I mean...
That's what customers had unknowingly wandered into that opening day. An anomaly with the appearance of a simple furniture store. It is a structure of impossible size. A labyrinth with no end, extending far beyond the limits of what could physically be controlled within the dimensions of the retail unit. Surviving in this place would bring unique challenges. For unlike standard Minecraft, there were no underground caves, no common ores, no available trees to chop down. Inside IKEA, the players had nothing but endless files and manufactured furniture. If they wanted materials, they'd have to find them scattered throughout the store plots themselves. The store was overflowing with a wide variety of items that players could make use of. And in order to carry all these extra items, there were various IKEA bundle bags scattered about the store, which could help organize inventories of the many different items, foods, and goods. Some quickly discovered cafeterias and dining areas that were stocked with trays of Swedish meatballs. Kitchen sections offered knives and frying pans that could double as weapons. Even cast iron pots could be used as improvised helmets. And a few clever survivors discovered that electronics, such as TVs, microwaves, and fridges, could be smelted into iron. These players soon became the most well-equipped in the server, and began recruiting others to gather as many of these items as they could. Even stuck inside, it seemed they had everything they needed. So why would anyone want to leave?
I'm headed to 200. Oh, get up.
Build up. When the lights went out, it sent the entire store into total darkness. And every player quickly learned, nighttime is when things get dangerous.
Excuse me, the store is now closed. Please exit the building.
Here in this place existed other humanoid entities. While superficially resembling humans, they possessed exaggerated and inconsistent bodily proportions, often described as being too short or too tall. They possessed no facial features, and in all observed cases wore a yellow shirt and blue trousers consistent with the IKEA employee uniform, nicknamed the Staff. These were the things roaming the store, and now, the players were trapped inside with them. These entities could climb, break blocks, and crawl through narrow gaps. Players had to quickly begin building makeshift bases a pillar away. Despite the initial shock, the civilians trapped inside were able to repel the staff with few losses. The lights came back on, and the strange, faceless employees became passive, going into a docile, unresponsive state. And the cafeterias had also been stocked with more delicious meatballs. Food would not be a problem. With danger lurking every night, this would be a war.
There goes my bridge that I no longer need.
Some players focused on putting efforts into simple barricades, while others looked upward, eyeing the towering support pillars as potential strongholds away from the roaming employees on the ground floor, or even as potential escape if they were able to somehow reach the store's ceiling. But everyone knew one thing. If they wanted to see another day in the infinite IKEA, they'd have to try and work together. Because who knew how long they'd be trapped here?
What is... I seen this. I thought something got dropped down behind me and following me. How it attacked me right now. They airing this shit out.
Alright, listen up, you worthless convicts. Listen up. Eyes front. I said eyes front. Now that I have your attention, let's begin. My name isn't important. My rank isn't either. All you need to know is that I am in charge of making sure you enter the store today. Now, you all may be wondering why you're here. That's classified. You may be wondering who we are. That is also classified. As you may
Nigga,
remember,
say
one of our
something.
agents approached each and every one of you and gave you an offer. You could either wait out your term on death row, or you could volunteer to participate in our experiment. Obviously, you agreed to cooperate. Provided you can survive an entire month in IKEA behind me, you get to go free. This will be your new home. You will eat, sleep, and bathe here. When the gates open, you will have 2 minutes to enter the store. Any individuals who refuse to comply will be shot. Any who attempt to escape before the served time is up will also be shot. Any questions?
Not quite me. Those are not.
What are you gonna do? Shoot me? Huh? So what's
Buddy, I don't mean very
I have a question.
Everybody gonna get shoot up by this. Feel sorry for them. Nah, never mind. I'm not shooting anybody. I should probably go get more arrows.
The D-class had finally arrived and entered into the IKEA. All of them were criminals, death row inmates, assigned to this role based on more interesting applications. Some fell back into old habits, stealing from others to survive.
This guy.
This is for you.
It's this guy?
Yeah, this is the guy.
This is the guy that's taking all our shit.
Wait, what?
You spooked him. You spooked him.
Scared the skeleton.
But most created surprisingly well, living alongside civilians and becoming settlements that began to form. Several major factions had emerged within the endless IKEA. The Stars, a group driven by the simple hope of the night sky again, led by Florence Plays and her closest friend, Kat. They were the first to establish a reliable water source using water bottles and a cauldron, which I didn't even consider because there's no other easily accessible way to get water in the store.
What's over here? The stars over here. The stars got water.
Pillar 6, founded by Bilster. This faction constructed these hollow and support pillars. They eventually reached the ceiling itself, only to discover that there was no escape there. Still, Pillar 6 refused to give up, continuing their efforts to find a path to freedom for everyone. Even though it was one of the smaller settlements in the server, Bilster was well liked among many of the other settlement leaders, and would soon organize one of the first peace talks. The Global Occult Coalition, or GOC, led by Thomas. The GOC focused on protecting as many civilians as possible and keeping the peace. They were also very open to sharing their resources and
They really don't want nobody disturbing the peace.
Safe Haven, run by the siblings Loon, the Elf, and Leaky Pebble, Safe Haven was built atop the towering IKEA shelves. It became the first settlement to uncover one of the rarest resources in the anomaly, dirt, and successfully grow an IKEA tree.
How we get another or gravel.
My God.
My
Don't do
God.
big brain move over here.
Beyond these, there are a few other scattered groups throughout the IKEA. One of these groups was rapidly growing in size, as various D-class seemed to be gathering in one location. This place would soon be known as the Citadel.
F1
A
Silk
D-class
Song.
known as Cursed had gathered many of his fellow inmates and intended to lead them on a new path.
So you see, everyone else says that this is more or less a trap they want to escape, right?
Yeah.
Why would we want to escape?
Exactly.
This is a second chance. This world is a new world. One where there is no laws, where we can make our own laws.
We love Nike.
So why not make the most of this and take this place over?
No, yeah. I mean,
Make it our own.
The Citadel viewed life inside the IKEA not as a prison, but as a second chance. Cursed envisioned it as the foundation of a new empire, one built entirely within SCP-3008. With 50 possible D-class to rally to his cause, it could become one of the most powerful settlements in the IKEA. Only time would tell. But some D-class personnel had started going missing, and it wasn't due to the staff. A man named Tamer, a former chemistry teacher who now led a group called May, detained a D-class individual, locking them in a cell and interrogating them. During this interrogation, his group uncovered the truth behind their origins.
See, that's what I was afraid of, you know.
This particular D-class, named Extra, also had quite the rap sheet against them. For Tamer, it reframed everything. He had watched his fellow shoppers try and build new lives for themselves, peacefully working together, and now he was being told that convicted murderers and violent offenders had been released into the same aisles unsupervised. So, his group made a choice. Anyone in an orange jumpsuit would be detained or executed for their crimes if needed. The staff were already dangerous. He refused to let human criminals make the place worse. Tamer was later informed that a congregation of D-class personnel had been spotted near a growing settlement. Believing it to be another containment opportunity, he assembled a small team and set out under the cover of night, not fearing the staff. What he didn't know was that they were heading to the new location of the Citadel.
I can't see anything.
I see
Let us in. We're getting chased.
I think he's a dragon.
He's met by a very unfriendly welcome party. Among them was Kaz, a mad scientist who had begun reverse engineering IKEA electronics. Redstone lamps had been converted into crude battery weapons, and stated that quite deadly. And the D-Class were well armed with many of these devices. Obviously, Tamer's group wasn't welcome, and the group quickly departed. But something had to be done about the Citadel. Rather than launching another direct confrontation, Tamer chose subterfuge. Tamer and his head spy, King Danilo, discussed disguising themselves with creeper heads, and planned to stop the Citadel, attempting to figure out how many people were inside.
It gave me a fright.
Leader of Pillar 6 had overheard the discussion, viewing May's plans as a direct threat to the fragile balance inside the empire. He decided to warn the Citadel. And when morning came, the dead would be ready.
The Zenning Clan Massacre.
Over here. You guys? Oh, behind you.
It didn't take long for Tamer to realize that his plan had been discovered. Caught off guard, King Danilo was captured before he could escape. Tamer managed to flee, but his head spy was dragged back to the Citadel and placed under guard. Interrogation followed. First, the founder of the Citadel saw an enemy spy inside their walls. To him, the solution was simple: execution. A message had to be sent. But Bill Sturr did not like what he heard from his supposed new allies.
If you just want to kill people, that's not law and order. That's chaos. If you truly want to provide a safety sanctuary around this place, you do not do random killings.
He would not allow the Citadel to become an execution ground, nor permit mob justice to decide a man's fate. Despite mounting pressure, he intervened.
I say that we just do an actual trial. If we don't do it like human beings, we're animals. And this place ain't safe. This place is just chaos. You ain't gonna have chaos. Emperor or not.
Insisting King Danilo be imprisoned instead and held under constant watch. Sparing King Danilo's life, however, would prove to be a mistake, as one of Tamer's men managed to infiltrate the Citadel guard rotation, and when the moment came, King Danilo was gone before the Citadel realized anything was wrong. Not long after the breakout, the press, a makeshift news group that had established a broadcasting station inside the IKEA, requested an interview with Tamer.
For having us. Yes, well, I guess we can just get started. First, I would like to ask, how did this group become, well, a group?
In a world where criminals are apparently just to live amongst us, why not work together with actual hard-working people?
And when you say criminals, are you referring to D-Class, I'm assuming?
Yes, I'm referring to D-Class.
Have you had any prior altercations with D-Class before the Citadel incident?
Yes.
Can you... How did those go?
Well, let's just say they won't be committing any crimes anymore.
Okay.
However, it has come to my information that the D-Class, we also know, are very dangerous criminals who should be exterminated, or at the very least forced to the last days, have been getting harbored at the Citadel as a safe haven. So no, we don't really respect the D-Class, and we do not respect the ideology of the Citadel.
Okay. Thank you for all that information. There's a lot, actually.
Tamer made his stance on D-Class quite clear. He had no interest in their belief that this was a second chance agreement. In order to keep the IKEA safe, the Citadel would have to be removed, one way or another. The day began as normal, but there were some rumors that began to spread among the customers. People had begun seeing things.
You were under the ground?
What's down there?
Very cursed stuff.
An IKEA beneath the IKEA.
What is this? Mysterious ladder. What is that? What is that? Oh, you're gonna die. We know who's dying first. Oh my god, it's so far down.
Don't say that. I'm scared. Employees only?
Does that mean IKEA employees or?
It's a really big empty space with
I don't like this. I don't like this.
The first section was a warehouse, stretching far beneath the store. Endless rows of industrial shelving rising into the darkness, occasionally stacked with raw materials, resources untouched by the customers or settlements above. It was a scavenger's dream, except for the strange staff that lurked down here as well. The employees who wandered here were distorted, voices warped.
Hey, my first sign of village.
Oh my god. Oh no. Oh no.
I would hope so I could still beat the game in this original world, but I don't know the amount of eyes I need. And I never know I had enough time to go and get them on to the bottom where they end up showing.
Long forgotten, as if the store above had been built on top of something older. There were a few safe havens. The smaller IKEA nestled inside the larger one, which was well lit and gave travelers a place to rest. There were also a few safe houses built by the players, including one known as the Halfway Home, which was a halfway point between the showroom level and the basement below. At the far edge of the map basement territory was the Pillar Forest, massive irregular columns of cracked concrete. The staff here, variants of the familiar creature that had no tether to limit how far they could follow a customer. Despite the danger, expeditions were launched, and every major group sent teams into the basement level, driven by the same belief. If there was an exit, it would possibly be down there.
Yeah, almost anything.
The first group to succeed in charting large sections of the basement was the Rats, led by Gappy.
We're gonna make sure everyone knows about this, because I don't think this information should be withheld from anyone.
And soon, people like Jack Von Cat became guides, leading others through the safest known paths. And then, someone found something. Aster. Atop the upper scaffolding was a vent, barely large enough to crawl through. It led to a sealed elevator shaft and a strange employee-only area, possibly an exit. Wanting to keep the knowledge to himself, Aster sealed the passage and covered the vent, intending to tell only those he trusted.
We're gonna break on now, man.
He was part of a group known as the Yowie Panlanders.
The what?
Who had come to the IKEA to shop together and ended up trapped. But now, with a chance to escape, they were determined to take it. Kazi, one of the Panlanders, was briefed by Aster on the escape route. There was, however, one person she refused to leave behind, so she set out to find them.
a reason to bring them away. Because we've been helping like everyone who comes in here. I don't see why we need to start doing anything now. You know,
There's people who
we're gang. Are we in danger?
Oh.
Is there a gang?
Hello. Hello.
Hey, I don't know. Are you in danger?
Wait a minute. I recognize that. Hello.
You guys are?
Give me everything. Now, JK, Patrick, where are you?
Cosby.
Patrick.
Oh
Patrick.
my god.
What is this place? Where's your people?
But why they got the voice and like that, boy? What the hell?
Mr. Badger, who had been living among the stars. But now, Kazi needed to speak in private with Badger about the escape that Aster had discovered.
Yeah, one portal.
We
Well,
want
I
to
don't need that no more.
together, and Badger, we're hoping that you'll come with us.
Okay. Oh god, why is this actually the lava?
What's wrong?
There are people who need to get out. If I leave them, I'm very scared.
I know that you've been with those guys for a long time. I know that you care about them. Me personally, all I care about is you guys. You guys are my friends, and I want to get you out of here. And I think that if it means leaving people behind, then it's just what you have to do. I mean, there's no possible way that you can
And also,
Morally correct versus logically correct.
They just want to see the stars.
I don't want to leave you here.
I don't want to leave you.
Kill
guys
that
now.
group now.
I really, really don't. But if you have the chance, you have to take the chance.
Actually, the part was actually epic, you know, with the part they can say. Then just want to see the stars, man.
You should be able to live with yourself. She chose to leave her new friends, her old ones.
Are you sure? Are you sure you don't want to come with us, Magic?
Diablo, I find the gold man absolutely nothing.
After much hesitation, she eventually agreed to come along, if only to start the route.
Magic, what if I came with a chance? Alright,
Be careful not to fall.
Whoa.
Yeah, really be careful not to fall. Okay, guys, here's the door. That's the door. You have to push the button for the door to open.
Be so careful.
Keep all limbs in the elevator.
God. Wait, you guys...
Are we gonna fit everyone in?
Yeah, we're going out.
Excuse me.
Oh, the Roman.
Go down, go down, go down, go down.
okay, go.
Wait, is that the exit?
What's the door? What's the door? Where the... Where's the
The Panlanders had successfully escaped, but they were still subject to the Foundation, which made sure none of them were D-class in hiding. The group was stripped of all their possessions and subjected to intensive questioning by on-site Foundation personnel. But the Foundation promised they'd all be returning to their normal lives. The next morning, Badger chose a fateful decision. They chose to go back, to return into the IKEA, with the help of Mr. M. Games. Using the information that they'd found, they could bring everyone out. She believed that. Unfortunately, in their haste, they never got the chance to say goodbye. So Kabzi was left wondering what had happened to her best friend.
Oh,
Where did Badger go? Where's Badger?
Okay, no, here.
From the chef, you don't have one.
Casey, you
Where did Badger go?
scared me.
I'm sorry. But where's Badger? Is she here?
Yeah, in the village, that's definitely in the village.
Once the researchers determined the Panlanders had provided all information and gear they could, Foundation amnestics were administered. Memories of their time inside the anomaly were wiped clean, and they were returned to the IKEA parking lot.
This is our car?
See you on the other side, my friend.
Of course, I can
I'm guessing he's around in this
whispered
water.
into Kanzi's head as she was handed the potion. And if she would take it, her friends one way, her best friend, Badger, another. In the end, he decided to leave. He was hoping that Badger would somehow make her way back out. But now, they could
No, man,
celebrate
you want that in the
and
village.
enjoy their new lives that they'd re-earned. But little did they know during all of this celebration that someone else was watching them.
Wait, yeah, we haven't actually gone to
Yeah, why am
yet.
I slowed right now? Who's that ominous figure peering at us?
Hello?
Well,
Hey, whoa,
Well.
whoa, whoa.
I need you all to halt immediately.
Well.
You guys are from inside?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, what? Wait, inside
We
where?
just left.
Never mind.
I don't even remember going to IKEA.
Oh, never mind.
Please come single file.
I'm confused. Wait, hold up. I gotta come somewhere higher.
What's going on? Who are you, bro?
I
It's
mean,
time for that later. Follow me now.
Never mind, not well.
Are we going, guys?
Alright, hey, why do you wait?
I was like keep anyway, so I guess.
Yeah, I mean, what's the
You?
worst that can happen?
Oh, he has a gun.
oh.
Yeah, who?
Person with a gun.
Just listen, guys.
Get in the back of the truck.
I'm surely gonna kick me.
I'm scared.
The mysterious stranger seemed to be taking them somewhere. Where that could be, I can only wonder.
And I wonder.
My head hurts.
Thanks for cooperating, everyone. Come
And
with
your
me.
neck
I'll
hurt,
explain
kinda.
everything.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, what is this?
What is this place?
Where did you take us?
What the heck?
I don't think we're the IKEA anymore.
Whoa. Yeah, this is definitely not an idea.
Take a seat. Take a seat. Firstly, and I know this sounds insane, but you are not just in an ordinary IKEA. You are trapped within an anomaly. SCP-3008, a building that appears to be a regular store on the outside, but inside waits an infinite labyrinthian hellscape. But you're all probably wondering who I am. I represent the Chaos Insurgency. We're former Foundation members who, upon realizing the disgusting inhuman practices of the Foundation, banded together to stop them. We've been tracking the operation in 3008 since you were all trapped. It's all in this report. Intercepted transmissions from the Foundation confirming your entrapment. Missing persons reports from your families that the Foundation has buried.
The heck?
I'm going to be honest with you all right now. I need your help. My scouting team was intercepted yesterday and neutralized by Foundation security. I'm the only one left, and I'm completely cut off here.
Why do you need us to do this? We literally just got here. Like, we want to go shopping. Like, we're just some random people.
You've demonstrated your resourcefulness by escaping.
Random kid.
Go back in and do it again.
Escaping once.
Escaping what?
What do you need?
I feel like
There might
you're
be some
leaving out half the story here. We didn't do anything there.
SCP Foundation is a corrupt institute that decided to take the lives of innocents like rats in the pursuit of research. They wipe all your memories, hide potency and amnestics before releasing.
How do we know this isn't just some huge elaborate prank? I mean, this is crazy.
So wait, I mean, that would kind of explain why I have this in my pocket.
I also have stuff in my pocket. A cooking pot?
It also explains my
was from
shopping
IKEA.
list. My shopping list. It said to save them. Are there more people in the IKEA?
There are not only people trapped inside involuntarily.
Are there more people in the IKEA? Wow, what a
The
genius.
data that the SCP Foundation is using. There will be people inside who will recognize you, even though you may not remember them due to your memory ailments. We're going to leverage these connections and get more people to help fight for our cause and free everyone who's trapped inside. Now, all of you, come with me. You can use a good rest.
While the Panlanders had escaped IKEA, life inside didn't stop. In their absence, settlements expanded. The Citadel had now formed close relations with the GOC and the Stars, and were becoming one of the most powerful coalitions in the IKEA. And various trade routes were formed between groups. One of the major settlements leading these trades was Pillar 7 Imports, run by Gala Spring. It offered a variety of raw materials, scavenged goods, and even plushies.
But, you know, even, like I said before, even in a purgatory like this, capitalism thrives.
A second IKEA grand opening was also announced, headed by Lego Batman lover. An IKEA within an IKEA. I went to check it out myself and was met with quite the surprise of how far this IKEA-ception went.
This is the IKEA. In 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 the IKEA. Yes, thank you. Thank you.
There also, of course, was a mini IKEA built by Not Comic and his group. Back over at the Stars, things have been busy. They'd remodeled their entire pillar, and a new restaurant, Five Nights at Freddy's, had just recently been attached. The main builder, Spike the Wolf, would often be
What game is baby?
Synapsis Education.
Good job. Heck yes, you got that right.
It seemed things were quite prosperous for now, and people were getting by quite well. Most didn't even want to look for the exit, given the danger. They were content, living their new lives in this place, living in relative happiness. Well, for those that weren't imprisoned by May, of course.
Hello. Thank you all for your cooperation. We're going to be forming a temporary task force named the Autonomous Unprecedented Radio Unit, codenamed Aura. We'll be supplying you all with equipment. Whoa! Help liberate
Full netherite armor.
SCP-3008 and destroy the Foundation presence there. Please grab your equipment. Oh. This operation will be dangerous. There is a chance that none of you make it out alive.
Why suddenly get intense? You could make it look cool by making it like music can make it look like if everything was basically beautiful or I don't know, I don't understand. And again, writing on it kind of thing, so as much as the next person.
Liberating you all. Come with me now. We're going to be returning to the facility.
Well, that would mean so this is not the end then. You have to come when you you could confuse people and when they think they're going ending, you know, by based on a music choice.
A place they had just escaped. But now they were willing to go through it again, if it meant getting others out.
I mean, the heroic thing make it look better. Well, that's what then.
Delivery.
We don't have a scheduled delivery for today. I'll need to check the contents of the truck.
Okay, proceed.
Proceed. Hey, that's what there's a win with friends. Hey, shot. Oh god. No, I just never moved this here. Yeah, hold on. Nigga, some nigga to win.
I remember there was like a bathroom to get preference last time. Yeah.
Guys, it's time to get to work.
The Chaos Insurgency had made it inside, but now they needed to find allies. So they made contact with the Stars first.
Boreas.
Hello?
Boreas. Is that you?
Hi.
Boreas.
Oh my god!
What? Hello.
Hello, Forius. Thanks for meeting with us today. You might recognize the people here in this meeting, but Foundation. They've joined the Chaos Insurgency as part of the Horror Task Force. We'll be freeing all civilians from inside the IKEA and liberating it from the Foundation, and we want your help as a key player in achieving these goals.
Flyer distribution schedule. So is this all planned?
They spoke of the Foundation, of the lies, of how the Foundation covered up the incident. That all of this was some sort of experiment to them. Chaos asks for the Stars' help. And while the Stars weren't necessarily good fighters, they would help however they could. Hearing some familiar voices, Badger came to investigate. And there was a bittersweet reunion between the two friends. She couldn't believe that they too had re-entered the IKEA. But Kabzi made a promise that they would get everyone out together. This time, no one was to be left behind. Planning where to go next, Forius gave them coordinates to the Citadel. Since it was composed of mostly
The whole
D-class
thing
personnel,
empty.
it was very likely that they would
That
share a common
is
enemy.
3.
The Citadel was
1,
still
2,
ruled
3,
by
4.
Emperor Cursed.
3 times 4 is 12.
His motives and sanity.
No, random
There
have to
was
look
no
at a
doubt
calculator
he
for that
was
one.
seen
I
as
might
the
be a
face
genius.
of the D-class. However, there was another camp of D-class that disagreed with his views about staying. But given the external threats they faced, and
Wait, hold up. Benjamin Netanyahu. Israel, I love you. Benjamin Netanyahu. You should I so depressed hearing my own voice? Diablo. Yo, why is it Loki not sending in the chat? And I'm not that precious now. Well, I was going to open this tab over here anytime I need it. Yeah, it's going to open up that whenever I need it.
of Nay, they knew they needed to unite. So Cursed met with Blanco to discuss the matter, hoping to put aside ideology for the sake of all of the D-class futures.
Honestly, I think if you guys help come over here, and we can start getting rid of the creatures that lurk in this IKEA, such as Tamer, and this twisted ideas of poor man's who they once were. Honestly, I think we could really start something. Show that we are the people that they must turn to.
Agreed.
Perfect.
An alliance between the two D-class leaders was formed. The sign of trust. With most of the D-class now united under one banner, they believed they would be unstoppable and could now stand against Tamer. Emperor Cursed envisioned his own utopia within IKEA, and now it was even closer within reach.
Yo, Jacob. We'll see you around.
Everybody inside, everybody inside. Tomorrow,
Maya, look outside.
Problems
I can't see anything.
okay?
I'm blind.
There's like 50 bullies.
What? I don't see any.
They're coming towards us.
I don't see anything. Get away from us. Get away, because I like... That's okay, boys.
Oh, there is.
The store is not closed. These exit the building.
Oh my god, they're getting over.
Just take it.
These niggas getting slimed, bro.
When the Citadel was in need, Chaos Insurgency came to their aid. A few of the D-Class owed them their life, and Cursed saw a very powerful friendship and alliance that could be formed here. Chaos's actions immediately rallied all D-Class to their cause. Cursed was certainly looking forward to what this new alliance could bring for him.
$170 alive. Whoa, 6, 7, 6, 7, 6, 7, 6, 7, 6, 7, 6, 7.
But
Or maybe 167
there
dead.
was still an issue between the Citadel and May. Both groups hadn't directly confronted each other yet, but the rest of the IKEA didn't want the war.
This is low-key how I feel right now. Knowing say and again, most of the world leaders in there right now probably just going to start World War III in like a good month or two, or probably like 3 months, 3 to 5 months from now. Yeah, all the world leaders are planning on starting World War III, and everybody know they're going to do it, and it's just a matter of time.
And they believe to be in everyone's best interest to establish some kind of peace. So the stars put together
Is in, but sadly to we is in none of the world leaders in the interest of world peace.
put their problems aside. The Citadel, however, never arrived.
The meeting is.
Wait, what?
What?
Happened?
Citadel started having infighting, and now they're not.
Chaos people, come here, come here. Chaos.
Infighting. All right. Hang on, wait. Let's quickly repeat.
Behind the scenes, the Citadel was running into political issues. The Citadel's council believed Curse didn't listen to them and often made decisions without their input.
We need to have some words, and we need to make some big changes.
What do you mean by that?
I mean that we need to be more organized.
Yeah,
I mean,
He would often treat them as lesser, even though they did all the work. Originally, they intended to have him killed, but after discussion, the council decided to propose elections for a peaceful transition of power. The lead councilor, Enesco, faced the best chance. Well liked amongst many of the Citadel's allies, including the GOC, who sent a representative to meet in private to discuss the matter at hand.
Yesterday, I was talking with Curse, and he happened to mention that there was conspiracy among the Citadel members against him.
I see. That's
You know
not
anything about
great.
that?
It's there's been talks of a while of doing something. Me and a few other council members have had issues, but we think we've come to a solution. We're going to talk to Chris about it later today, and hopefully everything will be resolved peacefully, but we're very worried about his reaction.
For the future, keep in mind that you live in Curse.
Thank you so much. I really hope the best for the Citadel. It's the people are the most important thing in the world to me. I want to give them the best future possible.
Enesco was worried about what Cursed would do, but Avery promised that the GOC would fully support them should anything go wrong.
Okay, thank you.
Have a good day.
Like, meet with you. And I was like, yeah. So we had a meeting, and he was like, hey, I think you literally should call for election, run against Cursed.
Holy no way.
And they said, so,
no way.
and they said that they support it.
Praise the Lord. This is the only save file I have left. I just lose my world right there.
Citizens of the Citadel, children of second chances, the people of the New World, welcome to the coronation of your head of defense and war. I extend my thanks out to all of you for coming and for your support. I look around and see something truthful, a city thriving in a world they thought to be hostile. Thank you for believing in your second chance and helping me build the greatest empire where freedom is not a myth, but a reality. Some people are not so free. Some lay beyond our walls. There may even be some rats in our very own nest. To combat these dangers,
His speech might be
great joy
peak.
that I announce all the king as your head guard.
Thank you, my lord. Hello, everybody. For those of you who don't know, I am All the King 15, and I am your new captain of the guard. I am fully dedicated to protecting our way of life and fully prepared for the role. I would like to thank my fellow council members and congratulate them on what they have done for us. On the top
I need to hear that again, man.
In your second chance and helping me build the greatest, the coronation of your head of defense and war. I extend my thanks out to all of you for coming and for your support. I look around and see something truly beautiful, a city thriving in a world they thought to be hostile. Thank you for believing in your second chance and helping me build the greatest empire where freedom is not a myth, but a reality. Some people are not so free. Some lay beyond our walls, and there may even be some rats in our very own nest.
You know,
To combat these dangers, it is with great joy that I announce all the king as your head guard.
you know who him that remind me of? Wait, see. Wait, hold on. I can run a look quick more. I am so cooked. No man. Do you remind me of this?
Why was Hell defeated?
Wait.
What? That's wrong. I'm next. No, I'm next.
I try to envision the events that take
It
place
that just
as
like in
individual
Tamer.
elements. I can then make a note of each one,
Then
but I
we
gain
are
a better
speed.
understanding when I combine all of these again as a whole, which is why I have very bad handwriting. Any other questions?
Oh, can you tell me if there's something that you're not good at, or maybe something that you're scared of?
Something I'm scared of.
Yeah, just like this.
Yeah,
Here,
right.
please
Elle's
say
not
it.
scared of anything.
I suppose monsters.
Me too. I am too. Dummy, Elle's not the same as you.
There are many types of monsters in this world. Monsters who will not show themselves and who cause trouble. Monsters who abduct children. Monsters who devour dreams. Monsters who suck blood. And monsters who always tell lies. Lying monsters are a real nuisance. They are much more cunning than other monsters. They pose as humans, even though they have no understanding of the human heart. They eat, even though they've never experienced hunger. They study, even though they have no interest in academics. They seek friendship, even though they do not know how to love. If I were to encounter such a monster, I would likely be eaten by it. Because in truth, I am that monster.
Let us speed peak by.
I rewatched Death Note, and the so-called
Hey, man, you get me copyright strike. Anyways, what to this?
For election run against Cursed.
Holy no way.
And they said so.
No way.
And they said that they support it.
Nation begins soon! Pile in!
That's the village.
Citizens of the Citadel, children of second chances, the people of a new world, welcome to the coronation of your head of defense and war. I extend my thanks out to all of you for coming and for your support. Look look around and see something truly beautiful, a city thriving in a world they thought to be hostile. Thank you for believing in your second chance and helping me build the greatest empire where freedom is not a myth, but a reality. Some people are not so free. Some lay beyond our walls, and there may even be some rats in our very own nest. To combat these dangers, it is with great joy that I announce all the kings as your head
Not
guard.
just like him, but it very similar.
Hello, everybody. For those of you who don't know me, I am All the King 15, and I am your new captain of the guard. I am fully dedicated to protecting our way of life and fully prepared for the world. I would like to thank my fellow council members and congratulate them on what they have done for us. On the topic of fellow council members, I received some news recently from my lieutenant. News of treason. Guards, seize them.
I think they want to know what's happening right now.
What is happening right now? I don't know what is happening.
The council was now on the run for fear of arrest or execution. But what had gone wrong? How had Kirsch found out? And what had he been told? Seeking to secure his own position of power, a Neustude had turned the council over, informing the Citadel's head guard, All the King, of the coup. Owing a debt to the stars, Chaos forces intervened to protect Jupiter.
Thank you.
Is the Citadel?
You gotta stay with us though. I know.
Am I just sucking or something?
As the other Citadel Council fled arrest, they sought refuge with the Global Occult Coalition. Fulfilling their promise, the GOC intended to keep them safe. The Citadel, once a symbol of D-class unity, became split beyond repair.
What is alive? This is not what we agreed upon. This is not what you agreed upon.
Make sure that doesn't even have.
Night then fell over the IKEA, and May, having learned of the Citadel's internal collapse, prepared to investigate, but were soon attacked by staff.
Oh my god, they're climbing the walls!
Go upstairs. They decided to ignore them, running past and going straight to the Citadel. But the Citadel was facing a staff problem of their own.
Here's what's happening. They're coming with the southwest wall, and we have flanked by blanket.
Cursed was informed that Tamer was on the move, and Nay would be here very soon. So he called his banners, but given his actions against his own council, not one of his former allies would attempt to help. The D-Class and the Chaos Alliance were on their own. And in an accident of fate, Cursed fell from the wall and, swarmed by staff, was dead.
Oh my god! What?
But with Cursed dead, the Citadel Council members believe they may be able to return to their former home. However, they were unaware of the new danger that was lurking outside it.
I'm watching a cinematic movie right now.
We're here to talk.
There's so many of them. Bro, they want to talk. Yeah, they want to talk.
They said they're here to talk. They said they're here to
No. We need to charge it. We need to charge it.
They're saying they need to charge us. Okay.
With things going nowhere, Tamer knew there would be no negotiation with the criminals. Peace was no longer an option. The trap was set.
There's so many. Whoa. Hit them with Shots fired.
Okay, so I was right about this, about my prediction, you know. I thought said none of the pearls gonna be filled in. That's why I created add another save file.
Luring them away from their defenses into a
I might be a genius.
ambush.
Genius Gaming 244.
Counterattack was launched on the weakened citadel, but the GOC found themselves caught in the crossfire.
All right, let's kill some people.
Wait, listen.
Chaos forces arrived soon after, and now they sought answers, as well as hoping to achieve their main goal of finding more individuals to fight back against the Foundation. Obviously, the Citadel wasn't going to be able to do that anymore, but they need to make new allies. Perhaps Nay would be willing to listen to them. Tamer had no interest in leaving the IKEA, nor did he care about the Foundation. He also denied the rumors that Nay was executing or arresting D-class personnel.
They're death row inmates and he thinks that they deserve to die.
Charlie Kirk are the beat.
Why did you come here? Why did you come raid the Citadel? Why come to the Citadel?
Now you find
Why not just leave them alone?
Because the Citadel leader wanted to speak with me. He
That's not
called me
true.
over. He wanted to have a meeting.
Boy,
at
what
the
is that
Starbase.
voice?
He came half an hour
Starbase, not
late.
at the Citadel.
And you know what? We went to the Starbase, and you know what they told us?
So why did you come here? Why did you come armored up?
Because they said there's infighting.
Tamer attempted to explain the situation and how he'd ended up there, but eventually, Chaos had heard enough.
Mine having a mass shooting, having a school shooting.
Despite the element of surprise, Nay's armor and shields kept him alive against Chaos's AK-47s. Nay's numbers and paramilitary training forced Chaos to retreat, knowing they'd need more allies if they intended to take Tamer down and free the D-class. The other members of the Citadel were forced to retreat.
I just get through. What they did? Why didn't calling the class and then kind of thing? So I just get through. Why didn't talking so modern?
Once the members of the Citadel believed that Tamer had finally left, they returned to their home to find it in ruins.
I thought I would get killed just now. I got jumped down. Just imagine, no.
Cursed, perished in battle. I believe.
I never know what I get. I just gonna look on that.
The hallowed halls of IKEA. We will now seek to avenge him and fight on in his name by killing the Tamer, the man who we seek to destroy, and also the traitor who betrayed him. We are now going to be known as the Fallen. The Citadel is no more.
Why this person talk like my friend?
You're here. Yeah, there we go.
You might know him very well. You might not know him very well.
The Citadel had fallen. Cursed perfect utopia had collapsed with him in death.
I guess instead a group of people they would just talk like that, or maybe that's him. And I don't recognize the voice. I don't checking name. Most of the time I just hearing what they talking about and going like, hey, wow, hey, that's story, hey, that free.
008 has advanced beyond the capacity of standard protocol. Yesterday, Chaos insurgents breached the perimeter. They neutralized half the on-site personnel and forced their way into the IKEA anomaly. Their presence inside SCP-3008 is a catastrophic threat. Not just to our world, but to every dimension connected to the anomaly should a containment breach occur. You are the hand that strikes. You have ended wars before they began, erased disasters before the world even learned to fear them. Now the Foundation requires your hand once more.
Nah, this shit peak.
Enter the facility. Neutralize all Chaos Insurgency assets and any collaborators.
Why Civilization video just genuinely just be peak sometime
When the
there
world wakes up tomorrow,
in terms of
it will never
story.
know what you saved it from. It will never know you. That is the burden you carry. That is the burden we all share.
Brother, keep cooking.
Contain. Protect. Failure is not an option.
See, assassination and all.
Hey, gentlemen, lock in. Alright.
I think I might just die on impact.
TB go left, TB go right.
Led by Vestova, the newly assembled mobile task force prepared to enter the facility. For most of them, this would be their first deployment. There was no guarantee any of them would return, but every one of them understood the risk the moment they accepted the assignment. As Vestova began his mission briefing, an unexpected development halted the operation.
I know that's just a car in my real life.
Or immediate self-defense.
I wonder what the knives was.
Only to engage when objective or team survival depends on it, or containment/assassination has been explicitly authorized by site command. Immediate abort if we encounter the anomaly's Hubert or regional manager. Withdraw and call for heavy ordnance.
Understood, Commander. Yep. We'll all meet back.
See you guys
Hello?
Hello.
Hello. We come here we want to speak to your leader.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, yeah. We've got some info about Chaos. We have, yes, like Matt says, information about the Chaos Insurgency, and we'd like to make a trade with you.
2 D-Class had emerged from the facility.
2D?
Mr. Moss,
Yeah, animate like that
council
too.
member of the Fallen Citadel, and Byzantonia. In exchange for their freedom, they offered information about the inside. Names, locations, and potential allies.
But
of
what the
Chaos
heck is this
operatives
music?
that were
Why that
still
sound like
active
that?
within the IKEA. After a brief
This
deliberation,
thing blessing
they
my
accepted
my
their
left ears
terms.
right now.
Their freedom would be conditional, earned only by helping the task force locate and dismantle remaining Chaos elements inside the anomaly.
Sure. Let's go.
Team, stay together.
We're on the
stairs, I'd imagine.
Team.
Let's catch up. I got torches.
Team A goes in. Team Asparagus goes in first.
Team A.
Guys, this is
looks like
Team up.
Line up on me. Yeah, we did.
What the fuck was that?
Weapons ready. We don't know it's ahead of us.
Don't think those are side guards.
I don't know.
Oh,
it's ready your weapons?
It's our class team performance.
Someone get a pickaxe. One at a time.
Yeah, look, one of
Holy shit.
Oh, I don't like
Team
this.
A. Okay,
hold on,
Team
hold
B, you need to stay back, Team B. Like, split. We need to be split.
Everyone on me. Let's go.
Team B, you guys take the
They've now entered inside. Vestova
Alright.
But divided the task force into 2 units. Team A would remain under his direct command. Team B would be led by Noopsies. The plan was simple in theory. 2 smaller teams could cover more ground and minimize attention, but it was a calculated risk. Splitting forces inside the basement meant one team could get lost, or worse. The D-class personnel stayed back with Team B, and they volunteered their assistance as navigators, being familiar with the lower levels of the facility. Both teams planned to regroup topside once they found an exit.
One down. We don't take any fall damage.
Person? Or not person? Right.
Oh.
Oh, I see light.
Okay. In confined spaces, you probably want to use melee weapons instead of guns.
I don't know. I think a minigun's effective in any form of location.
I mean, that is
Alright,
fair.
let's head out. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Alright, be careful here. Because we need to go through that thing.
Yeah.
Oh, no, never mind. We have to look down. As long as we keep moving, we're safe.
That's not ours, is it? That is ours. That was really bad. How did that happen? What? How did he? There's no way. Just go. Just go. Follow them. Just go. Just go. We have to 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 go. Let's go. Let's go. Lead the way. Let's lead the way. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Mrs. Kirst was dead, killed by staff before anyone could reach him. But turning back wasn't an option. Stopping meant more deaths, so they pressed forward, eventually finding their way to safe haven, where they could catch their breath.
Yeah, here we are.
Oh my god. That did not go to plan at all.
And then finally, into the IKEA above. Now all they had to do was regroup with Vestova and discuss the next plan of action. Team A had also made it into the IKEA without any losses, and were meeting with an inside agent, Knox, who had been implanted among the civilians. This agent had been gathering information over the past few days on every single group, as well as their known coordinates for their base of operations. Upon his suggestion, they decided to regroup with the GOC, which had a negative view of the Chaos insurgents. According to them, the Chaos agents had been sighted near the Stars settlement. With the target identified, the MTF quickly mobilized.
GOC members, let's just all head out. I don't want us to be split up.
Not bad.
Holy shit.
Oh, there's stars. Oh, who said that?
Wow.
Is that a good or a bad one?
GOC and MTF. GOC and MTF.
Let's see.
Wait, it's cancer chips. Watch out. Watch out. Watch out, move.
Kovzi was spotted, and the Foundation was closing in. Chaos needed to think of something fast. As there were no name tags, they hastily changed armor to hide their appearances.
Whoa.
Hello?
Hello?
The disguise worked, but not everyone was safe just yet.
Why are you here?
We're not shooting you guys. You guys are chill.
Everyone get in quickly.
You, hey, Chaos is here. Chaos is here.
What was that?
Do I blast a Hector?
Chaos? Yeah, what the hell's going on?
Everyone on the
Now
ground.
trap him. Don't let him go. Don't let him go.
Everyone in the corner.
Get back.
Sure. Everyone on the ground. Everyone on the ground. If you not get up and let the command you shoot.
Chaos and confusion. Ori, leader of the Chaos Insurgency, was able to slip past, vanishing back into the endless aisles of the IKEA. The mobile task force had failed to neutralize their primary target, but the hunt was far from over. The following day, Ian met up with an old friend at Bob Store, one of the longest-known survivors inside the IKEA. He claimed that he had been trapped in the store for decades. He despised his new Chaos neighbors who were causing trouble. According to him, he knew exactly where they were hiding. The task force followed his lead. Raiding their base, once again, Chaos managed to slip away. All except one.
You gotta. There's a. There's.
Aster had been lured into the trap by the same civilians he trusted, ones that he hoped to save.
He's Chaos?
Yeah,
He's Chaos. That's the Chaos fit. That's the Chaos fit. Kill him. Drop him.
He was one of the first Panlanders to escape, and now, one of the first Panlanders to die. But he had bought time, and Chaos had once again dissolved into the maze of the IKEA. They could be anywhere. With no remaining leads, Vistova turned to another group that he heard was openly opposing Chaos.
Hello, NTA. Okay. So, close case. We've heard some interesting information about you and your conflict with a certain group called the Chaos Insurgency.
At the meeting, the GOC also wanted to have a few words with Tamer. Their anger still fresh over the death of Nesco and a few of their own members the day
We're
before.
gonna use that to attack Chaos. Then we show up and you kill one of our guys. Don't listen, that we're not in this, alright?
Listen. I apologize for your loss. However, I can assure you that I have never given the command to kill anyone who looks blue and has not attacked us. Okay? Here's the situation. We will shoot anyone who attacked us first. All we want to do is walk up the defense, Mr. Smirk.
Okay, listen. So, at the end of the day, Chaos Insurgency are a big issue for mostly everyone here. It should be ended.
I have no love for the Chaos Insurgency. If you want us to help you, sure, but we will want something in return.
Despite their differences and fears, eventually Tamer reached an accord with Vistova. Nay would assist in the elimination of the Chaos Insurgency and their allies. Yeah, would aid in the of every player class. Chaos is no longer represented by one powerful two. And for their allies,
Not is something I realized with this video. This highly political. Absolutely in a way.
tensions began to occur, and Tamer issued an ultimatum across the entire store. Any settlement found harboring D-Class personnel were ordered to surrender them immediately and transport them to May Base. Those who refused would be labeled public enemies of IKEA and dealt with imprisonment. All groups were given until the end of the day to comply. Nate began detaining civilians for questioning, while the MTF moved throughout the store, interrogating groups at one point. But before anything else in the store occurred, something unusual happened.
Okay.
Oh my god. Bill,
We can make it. We can make it. We just need to Adrian and the rest of them. They're waiting for us on the other side of the map. Do you have like any food?
The lights in the store suddenly went out. A store-wide blackout had occurred, and a permanent darkness effect was applied to players.
Jesus.
But there were other things lurking in the dark now, too.
Hey guys,
Tall, shadow employees, entities usually seen only deep in the basement, began appearing on the surface level. Survivors started referring to them by a single name, Hubert.
Yeah, I don't know. Not a good. Oh my god.
But a single hit could kill any player in Florida. The dark became incredibly dark, and every group was now trapped in the same place.
That's the big guy.
But some believed they knew of a solution.
There's 2 generator rooms.
Need to find the arrow.
Being a bolt activated them. One's blocked off. I believe.
Or maybe that down on top of that.
Generator rooms, located deep within the basement, could restore power to the store. Do so themselves, believing that someone else would.
We got it.
Yeah, no, it's time.
A small group, led by Kraft and Badger, volunteered to descend into the basement and locate the power room. Thankfully, the Stars base had been built upon one of the 3 known basement entrances. So when they were ready, they eventually went into the unknown.
This is our time. Stay close together.
Navigating the lower levels of darkness, they managed to restore electricity to the store, ending the blackout. But now the deadline for May's ultimatum was approaching, so a secret meeting was arranged at the Stars. Representatives from the Fallen, the other groups, and the surviving members of the Citadel Council gathered together. Some still didn't trust each other, but they all shared the same concerns. If Ney and the MTF continued unchecked, more settlements could fall, and more D-class or even civilians would die. Willing to set their differences aside, a new powerful alliance was formed amongst those gathered, named the Constellation.
Don't waste too much arrow,
Took
besides just
charge
one
of
already.
a few remaining D-class, crafting Badger new stars and green chains, intent to ambush and kill Tamer once and for all, bringing Ney down with him.
We've been hunted long enough for the D-class, for every settlement. This ends now.
If this is how we die, though, let's go in a blaze of glory. What do you say?
They arrived at Pillar 11, but Tamer was gone. With their primary target missing, the group chose to do what damage they could, and free the prisoners trapped inside. Tamer had been out investigating other bases, and now he was at the Stars, investigating a strange report he'd heard from one of his men.
We heard that there was a potential bomb of multiple nations happening here. A roundup of all common interests, maybe even a polar.
Furious, however, seemed to be stalling for time, and he immediately knew. Tamer gathered his men and moved quickly, returning to his base to find out what was going on. Now finding it the Constellation
Get this
was
one,
completely off
please.
guard. They didn't expect to see Ney return so quickly. Completely surrounded, now they were the ones in the ambush.
And I died. I could just run in back with just like little food and I could practically start moving again.
Jump down.
Got him.
Sit down.
He's done? No.
The Constellation Alliance took heavy casualties and were forced to scatter. Many of the Chaos insurgents were dead. One of the few that survived was Cosby. But there was nothing she could do, as her friends were killed. They emerged victorious. Despite the Constellation's best efforts,
No, I could run and I just want to finish this fast. I'm reaching close to the end.
they were trying to approach them now crippled. Tamer stood largely and the question on everyone's mind now was who would dare
I think we need to leave the Stars base. We need to leave the Stars base because I feel like. Where are we supposed to go to leave the Stars base?
The Stars were grieving for who they had lost. But no one felt the pain more than Cosby, and they had seemingly lost everything and everyone they knew. The friends that she'd started this journey with were now gone. Little hope of return. Someone came with me.
Badger.
Badger had found Cosby. They felt horrible, but there wasn't anything more they could have done. But there was a little bit of If there was anyone that survived any of the threats from chaos, they would have gone back to their old base. So Cosby and Badger set up just find out. Maybe there were survivors. And if there were, they would be there.
I don't know.
When they arrived, it was empty. Cosby truly was the last of chaos.
Jerry, I don't want to.
Banana smoothie. Mmm. Amazing. Thank you once again. Wonderful thing. Now, ladies, have a look inside.
Oh, he dead.
We've got some company, you see. I
He
wish
dead.
you the best of luck, as I said, in the coming days. The IKEA is one dangerous place. However, you do not need to worry. From now on, adieu.
No D-class were safe, as Tamer now had full military control over the IKEA. With Chaos now dead, the MTF fulfilled their end of the bargain and delivered a number of D-class back to Tamer's base. Safe to say he was quite satisfied with their capture.
Right. Good, D-class. Welcome. You've all been captured. And, well, it's not really a trouble here, seeing that you're all filthy criminals, death row inmates to be exact. Listen, I didn't want it to come this far. However, you guys decided your fate. Foundation let you in, and all we're doing is dealing accordingly to your crime.
Wait, if I go up there, would I survive?
Oh, look, I didn't. Nobody stand in line. How about that?
Oh, shot. The water bucket left up there. Well, this time I'm going with my armor on and thing, so.
Look, I didn't do any harm. Okay.
Good, great. How about you join over there? I would like to say auf Wiedersehen, German, but quite frankly, I don't want to see anyone who will be down again. So, ready?
Well, what?
Before you share, you all stand here in your f***ing righteousness, aiming your guns at us as you believe that our deaths will vindicate your souls. But know this, I'll see you in hell.
Oh, that was tough. Mine with that one. You know, if I would have party, I'd have sprayed only him and I'd have keep him in a prison. So he'll see me in hell. Or maybe you'd have seen me dead first, I don't know.
Fire!
Hey, that one shot me. But it didn't. This reminds me of illegal immigrants thing, I don't know why.
While the D-class were being exterminated on the surface level, down in the basement, Bilster, leader of Pillar 6, was currently leading an expedition to find the exit. When he eventually found it, after hours of scouring the basement, safe to say, he was quite ecstatic.
Is he crazy?
However, they were not alone down here.
I don't necessarily like this.
I don't either. Oh, fuck. What's that? Shit.
The Wither ate on the enderdragon.
An IKEA warden manager now guarded the exit hallway. And if they wanted to escape, they would have to find a way to go past it.
That
Let's go!
Who opposed the elevator? No! Who was waiting at the end? Was that all peculiar? An access pass required? What? He's coming! Who has hose? Who has planks? Who has a pressure chamber?
Oh shit.
Close the door! Oh God! Holy!
Bolster and few remained at Pillar 6. They managed to find the elevator. However, his friend Nova, a D-class that he'd met in days past, wasn't with him. I'm sure Bilster hoped that he'd see Nova on the other side, unaware of his current situation.
Me and my group, being Sawyer, as he is the last alive member of my group, and I guess the Alliance I'm off of, that we try and escape. I believe that together, we could actually escape. We don't belong in this place. We're trapped here. And at least out there, or might
Why
I
does it
say
sound like
down
Matt
there,
Pat?
we stand a better chance at living than dying in here.
You filthy D-class, with your filthy D-class friends, have been going around the IKEA causing a lot of issues, haven't you? How's that been going for you? Alright, let's get some people in here. First of all,
And for real trying to stop me how to get to my water bucket again, and I'm sure that don't probably despawn by now, but I'm still going to try. I am so genuinely cooked.
Nova may not have been able to escape.
Either way or dead, but I
his
know how
hope
to jump
that
me.
Bilster would be able to came to pass. And the path laid by Pillar 6 would lead for other groups to soon follow.
I thought
As
it
the
said, I have to
GOC and
accept say that
now
water
made their
bucket
way
gone
together
over.
to the exit.
Where the light bearer goes the rear, I guess? I don't know.
I don't know where I'm going either. I'm following from
The people with the light know where to go! Follow them! Go.
See? And after it wandered out, gave the rest of the group a clear path
They have
to
like a
escape.
black smoke, like that they have like a instant A damage thing, so
Seeing
effect.
for the first time, there was hope as people finally left the nightmare that was the IKEA. Of course, not everyone had made it out yet. Back
Find
at the
it.
stars,
Water
they were
bucket.
worried that Nay would retaliate against them, since their group was involved with the attack on Tamer's base. So now they discussed plans on how to make it.
Can I call a vote real quick with the people here? Do you mind if I do that?
Can you?
Yeah, go ahead. So, all in favor of leaving the Stars base and going to a temporary...
Single pickaxe left out there, see if this time.
What's up, BT?
This AFC probably gonna get 0 from you guys.
I would not recommend trying to run okay, well.
Jupiter had to leave her friends behind. Forius and Cat were thankfully already outside of the Dar's base, so they had to watch from a distance as their group was rallied into FNAF.
Well, this entire base is surrounded by our soldiers, by the way, so you don't try to escape. We have guns, we have everything.
Oh, wow.
Okay. Last time I came here, I politely asked you. We sat down, we had a wonderful conversation about class personnel being arbitrary.
Make sure to...
You told me all confidently that they were not. Step forward. What does this guy look like? What does this guy look like? That's a D-class. What is a D-class doing here? You see whether this is an issue.
I was just here because I saw you. I want to see what was happening. I apologize.
Right, kill him.
Water dominant.
No!
I guess so.
What situation?
This nigga really guarding the
Tamer
one
had little
in
patience
toward
left for the
with the light, you
They
know.
had lied to him countless times, again and again.
Sorry.
Mr. MD, what? Do you hold me for an idiot?
No.
Wait, I'm
I
not
know
hearing
you
that.
were there yesterday. And not only you. Oh, yeah. Oh, he was. You too.
Oh, damn.
Who are you?
That's peaceful.
Is he there?
They just exist.
Wonderful.
They're vibing.
They just exist, right?
I don't know if that's considered.
Stand right here. Right, let's get some gunners over here. So, let's see what happens to people who go against the law. Gentlemen? And you thought it was a great idea to join those people on killing the only people trying to keep you safe from the criminals. You joined the literal D-class. Why? Why betray our trust?
Because honestly, this was like the second time I've seen you.
You said you only watched, right?
Yeah, I only watched, and then I
Wonderful, come over here.
looked.
You're gonna be watching this guy die.
Oh,
So,
okay.
step on the wall. Come on, step to the wall, you.
Well, it's been a good one. Take care of the rest for me.
Yeah.
Like if now we're going to cry. And I really make such good friends now.
Okay, okay.
Cynthia made a run for it.
Cynthia?
And managed to escape.
I did it.
FNAF, Spike, had also escaped before the raid occurred. But now they were dealing with other dangers.
Hey, entity! Spike, just go! Ah, just go, I'm at 1 heart. Spike, no! Spike! Just run! Oh my god, mass, we gotta go.
I think I don't know.
Oh my gosh, hi.
So-
Wait, oh my god. Wait, where are you guys?
Really? They
Yeah, that like instant damage potion effect. I just said that.
Just at like 300.
I could one shot you, I think. Yeah, that could one shot you. They need to nerf the dragon, bro. Nerf Big D.
Nay had managed to track down the stars and captured Cat, the co-leader. Stripped of their gear, they were then taken back to Star's base. But that wasn't the only member of Stars that Nay had recently captured.
So, what's your name?
Me, I'm Badger.
Badger. What a wonderful name. That sounds like the name of someone who was planning on killing me yesterday. Could you explain to me why?
I could have brought that with you.
Okay.
I should have to do a bit too, yeah.
I genuinely do not know who you are.
Oh, really? All I ever wanted was to keep all these ungrateful shoppers safe. From the D-class. The same D-class like mothballs.
Are the D-class really that bad?
Personnel, aka a death row inmate, who gathered around other death row inmates. Because you know what? Just like us, they had the same ideology, the same mindset. Kill as many people as possible with no consequences. Guess what? There's always consequences. You two are facing them right now.
Now, what I want to say, if I might, listen. Don't kill the stars over this, please.
During Badger's interrogation, Cat was brought in and was invited to take a seat at the table as Badger continued to try and defend the Stars.
Yesterday, you were being insane and rushing us. It was terrible.
Okay, you know what? Kill them.
They slam out my game.
Now, Catzilla, how would we speak? Are we gonna speak?
in a single short moment. Crafting Badger was killed. Kamsi, her closest friend, arrived only after it was over. She was forced to face the truth that there was nothing more she could do. They were supposed to leave together, but now Kamsi truly was all alone.
You probably the leader of the stars? One of the leaders?
Come on, nigga. You got to hit harder than that.
In my panic,
You wanna get rid of me?
stay or two or so.
You sound like you're panicking right now. Is everything alright?
Look around? No, not particularly, but otherwise I'm.
Listen. We are people
Is she going
the
insane?
best for you. We're not.
I need more food, bye. Are you killing myself?
Alright. Stand up. You can leave. Matter of fact, you're gonna leave this place. Follow me.
I won't come back. I won't bother you.
Walk that way. Just keep walking that way. Be careful though. The
Is
monsters
this
are
the end
very
running at
vicious
me?
at this point.
Can I grab the food? Oh, that idiot. You know what I mean?
Cat had been spared, was now residing in their panic room, looking down at the stars. A place they would likely never again get the chance to return to. But Cat's other friends were still out there in the store. They would stay with them. They would build a new home. All they had to do was just wait out the night. And then they could finally be together again. Once the MTF determined their primary target, Chaos, was no longer an immediate threat, they considered withdrawing from the IKEA. They had achieved their goal for them. Their alliance had ended. But as May's actions grew increasingly unchecked, the MTF reached a different conclusion. A rogue paramilitary force, openly executing civilians, could not be ignored. Setting aside past conflicts, they formed a temporary alliance with what remained of the Fallen, and moved towards the stars.
I sure nobody like me so much. Well, my. Do they make DM no have to send me a message every 2 seconds? They must need my phone. They must need me. Yeah, probably.
Caught completely off guard by the ambush and the overwhelming numbers of staff, May was forced into a retreat. When the next day came, the MTF withdrew towards the exit, only to find the GOC waiting outside. The two groups agreed to fortify the perimeter of the IKEA, preparing for the possibility that May might attempt to break out. Reinforcements had been requested, but none were alive until the night. The stars were also attempting to escape.
They are
The
scanning
force
her.
refused to leave, not her closest friend and co-leader, Cat. So they waited, hidden in safety, in silence. Who's that?
Oh, it's Cat. It's Cat. Oh my god.
Eventually, Cat emerged. They had seen settlements rise and fall. They had watched them die. But despite this, Cat no longer wanted to leave. His sanity had fractured under the weight of the IKEA. To him, the outside world no longer mattered. This place.
The stars are outside, but the stars are outside. The stars are outside. We're gonna go see the stars.
The stars weren't out there. They were here. They had built the stars. They couldn't leave them behind. When the others tried to leave, Cat believed they were abandoning him forever. And something inside him finally broke.
These cobwebs. We have to move.
Oh, Suicide Squad. Hanagan. Allahu Akbar.
Stay away.
If I can't have him, then no one can.
We need to go. Get a hold of yourself. You can't stop everyone from leaving. The stars. Nine.
The stars are outside, Cat.
You're all or you're coming with us, but you can't stop. We need to stop. Cat, stop it.
By he did.
Joyce was forced to make a choice.
Anna mine.
And shot her best friend.
Anna mine. Why does have a bleeding out feature in it? But what the hell wrong with these people, ne? Just let me die instantly, bro. Well, he gonna kill himself anyways. Or he gonna kill everybody with him. Kamikaze.
There was no time to war. The stars left Cat behind and turned their focus back to the sky. If they waited any longer, they might perish in the city at all.
Ah, again.
Back on the surface, Tama had gathered to make forces. May was ready to move, preparing to descend to the basement and take the fight directly to the MTF outside. The next few moments could very well decide the fate of the IKEA forever.
Gonna kill himself and everybody around him with a TNT. To be honest, I never know why people like that word. They cling to them ah, never mind. They cling to them memories so much and now I let go of the past. I don't know about you, but the past could only change the future and now, and the present right now going to decide our past. So you have to focus on the present, not the past.
They can't shoot us all. We have to jump. I think we have to.
Come on, Dragon Break, disappear. Pro tip, no stay on the nest. but I had so much time now.
Victorious. Those that survive will never be left. Some still need to take others. Was Mastova, who challenged Tamer to fight. Tamer, of course, agreed, but knowing that Mastova had far better equipment, wasn't going to fight fair. Mastova was deaf, but as Tamer looked out, he didn't see any reason to go back to what he once was. He quite liked it in IKEA and wanted to go back, and also wanted to make sure
Bro,
that
high
everyone
key, I
else
enjoying
was
it
safe
here.
there too.
No, don't let the D-class escape. Nah, I'm worse. I want no one to escape.
Mr. Moss was so close to his.
Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. I love read the end poem. I see the player you mean. Affleck is back? Yes, me. Yes, take care. It has reached a higher level now. It can read our thoughts. That doesn't matter. It thinks we are part of the game. I like this player. It played well. It never did not give. It was is reading our thoughts as if there were words on a screen. That is how it chooses to imagine many things when it is deep in a dream of a game. I couldn't read a part. What did this player dream? The player dreamed of sunlight and trees, of fire and water. It dreamed it created and it dreamed it destroyed. It dreamed it hunted and it hunted down. It worked millions as couple of true word and I cannot read it cannot read that thought. Does it know that we love it? That the universe is kind? Sometimes through the noise of its thoughts it hears the universe, yes. But there are times it's sad that well, let us read. It reads our thoughts and sometimes I do not care, sometimes I wish I could to tell them this world you could take for true is merely and I wish to tell them that they are in they see so little like reality and yet they play the game. But it would be easier to tell them to be too strong. Uh, uh, the player is growing really restless. I will tell a player a story, but not the truth. No, a story that contains the truth safely in a cage of words, not the naked truth that can give it a body again. Yes, player, use its name. After is bad player of games. Good. Take a breath now. Take another. Feel the air in your lungs. Let your limbs. I can't read all of this, boy. I could read it with my eye, but I can't read it with my mouth. Once upon a time, there was a player. The player was you, a flat his back. Sometimes it thought itself a human on the thin crust of spinning globe of molten rock. The rock molten. Uh, I, uh, I can't. Sometimes the player dreamed it was lost in a story. Sometimes the player dreamed it was other things in other places. Sometimes these dreams were disturbing. Sometimes very beautiful indeed. The player woke up from and the player will awoke from the warm, dark world of its mother's body into a long dream. That's both DNA or whatsoever. You are not you are the player, the story, the program, the human made from nothing but milk and love. Shush. Sometimes I can't read all of that. Sometimes it called them. Nah, that's the what word. I just get what this is. You are the player reading the words. Shush. Sometimes the player reads lines of code on a screen, decoded into words, decoded words into meaning, decoded meaning into feel is you are alive. And sometimes the player believed that the universe had spoken to it through zeros and ones, through the electricity of the world, through the scrolling words on a screen that at the end. And the universe said I love you. And the universe said you played the game well. And the universe said you need is what everything you need is within you. The universe said you are stronger than you know. The universe said you are the daylight. The universe said you are right. The universe said the darkness fight is within you. The universe said light within you. The universe said you are not alone. The universe said you are not separate from any other thing. The universe said that this is the universe tasting itself. And the universe said I love you because it and what you are the okay. You know, besides just reading this off of Google because I low key can read a lot so fast. Um, I see the player you mean. Player name? Yes. To take her, it has reached a higher level. Now it can read our thoughts. That doesn't matter. It thinks we are part of the game. I like this. Wait, I'm gonna try to say it in different voices. I like this player. It played well. It did not give up. It is reading our thoughts as if they were words on a screen. That is how it chooses to imagine many things. When it is deep in the dream of a game. Words are make a wonderful interface, very flexible and less terrifying than staring at the reality behind the screen. Used to hear our voices before players could read. Back in the days when those who did not play called the players witches and warlocks, and players dreamed they flew through the air on sticks powered by demons. What did this player dream? This player dreamed of sunlight and trees, of pots of fire and water. It dreamed it created and dreamed it destroyed. It dreamed it hunted and was hunted. It dreamed of shelter. Ha! The original interface, a million years old, and it still works. But what true structure did this player create in the reality behind the screen? It worked with a million others to sculpt a true world in a fold of the scrambled, and created it for in the it cannot read that thought. No, it has not achieved the highest level that it must achieve in the long dream of life, not the short dream of a game. Does it know that we love it, that the universe is kind? Sometimes, through the noise of its thought, it hears the universe, yes, but there are times it is sad. And the long dream, it creates worlds that have no summer, and shivers under a black sun, and it takes its sad creation for reality. To cure it of sorrow would destroy it. The sorrow is part of its own private task. We cannot interfere. Sometimes when they are deep in dreams, I would want to tell them they are building true worlds in reality. Sometimes I want to tell them of their importance to the universe. Sometimes when they have not made a true connection in a while, I want to help them to speak the word they fear. It reads our thoughts. Sometimes I do not care. Sometimes I wish to tell them this word you take for the truth is merely, and I wish to tell them that they are in in the they see so little of reality in their long dream, and yet they play the game. But it would be too so easy to tell them too strong too strong for this dream. To tell them how to live is to prevent them from living. I will not tell the player how to live. The player is growing restless. I will tell the player a story, but not the truth. No, a story that contains the truth safely in a cage of words, not the naked truth that can burn over any distance. Give it a body again. Yes, player. Use its name. I flat his back. Player of games. Good. Take a breath now. Take another. Feel the air in your lungs. Let your limbs return. Yes, move your fingers. Have your a body again. Under gravity in air, respond in the long dream that there you are. your body touching the universe again at every point, as though you were separate things, as though we were separate things. Who are we? Once we were called the spirit of the mountain, father, son, mother, moon, ancestral spirits, animal spirits, jinn, ghost, the green man, then gods, demons, angels, poltergeists, aliens, ex- extraterrestrials, extra extraterrestrial extraterrestrial leptons, quarks. The words change, we do not change. We are the universe, we are everything you think isn't you. You are looking at us now through your skin and your eyes. And why does the universe touch your skin and throw light onto you on you? To see you, player, to know you. And that's a flat. A flat. To know you. And no, that's just player. And to be known. I shall tell you a story. Once upon a time, there was a player. The player was you, player name. A flat, sorry. Sometimes it thought itself human, and the thin crust of a spinning globe on a molten rock, the ball of molten rock circled the ball of blazing gas that was 330 times more massive than it. They were so apart from, they were so far apart that light took 8 minutes to cross the gap. The light was information from a star, and it could burn your skin from 150 million kilometers away. Sometimes the player dreamed it was a miner in this on the surface of a world that was flat and infinite. The sun was a square and of white. The days were short. There was much to do, and death was a temporary inconvenience. Sometimes the player dreamed it was lost in a story, and sometimes the player dreamed it was on other things, in other places. Sometimes these dreams were disturbing, sometimes very beautiful indeed. Sometimes the player woke from one dream into another, then woke from that into a third. Sometimes the player dreamed it watched words on a screen. Let's go back. The atoms of the players were scattered in the grass, in the rivers, in the air, in the ground. A woman gathered the atoms. She drank up, ate, and inhaled. The woman assembled the player in her body, and the player awoke from the warm, dark world of its mother's body into the long dream, and the player was a new story, never told before, written in letters of DNA, and the player was a new program, never run before, generated by a source code billion years old, and the player was a new human, never alive before, made from nothing but milk and love. You are the player, the story, the program, the human, made from nothing but milk and love. Let's go further back. The 7 billion atoms of the player's bodies were created long before the game in the heart of a star. So the player too is information from a star, and the player moves through a story, which is a forest of information planted by a man called Julian. Who is Julian? On a flat, infinite world created by a man named Marcus. Hey, that's a Natch. He named Marcus. I think I don't remember, but yeah, I named Marcus too. That exists inside a small private world created by the player, who inhabits a universe created by Shush. Sometimes the player wishes Sometimes the player created a small private world that was soft and warm, simple. Mhm. Sometimes hard and cold and complicated. Sometimes it built a model of the universe on its head, flecks of energy moving through vast empty spaces. Sometimes it called those flecks electrons and protons. Sometimes it called them planets and stars. Sometimes it believed it was in a universe that was made of energy, that was made of offs and ons, zeros and ones, lines of code. Sometimes it believed it was playing a game. Sometimes it believed it was reading words on a screen. You are the player, reading words. Shush. Sometimes the player reads lines of code on a screen, decoded them into words, decoded words into meaning, decoded meaning into feelings, emotions, theories, ideas, and the player started to breathe faster and deeper and realized it was alive. It was alive. Those thousand deaths had not been real. The player was alive. You are alive. You are alive. And sometimes the player believed that the universe had spoken to it through the sunlight that came through the shuffling leaves of the summer trees. And sometimes the player believed the universe had spoken to it through the light that fell from this crisp night sky in of winter, where a fleck of light in the corner of the a player's eye might be a star a million times as massive as the sun, boiling its planet into plasma in order to be visible for a moment to the player, walking home at the far side of the universe, suddenly smelling food, almost at the familiar door, about to dream again. And sometimes the player believed the universe had spoken to it through the zeros and ones, the electricity of the world, through the scrolling words on the screen at the end of the dream. And the universe said, I love you. And the universe said, you have played the game well. And the universe said, everything you need is within you. And the universe said, you are stronger than you know. And the universe said, you are the daylight. And the universe said, you are the night. And the universe said, the darkness fight is within you. And the universe said, light is like the light you seek is within you. And the universe said, you are not alone. And the universe said, you are not separate from every other thing. And the universe said, you are the universe tasting itself, talking to itself, reading its own code. And the universe said, I love you because you are love. And the game was over. And the player woke up from the dream. And the player began a new dream. And the player dreamed again, dreamed better. And the player was the universe. And the player was love. You are the player. Wake up. You. What do Julian want right peak? What do Julian? Wow. Even though I cheated like 3 times there, with how not cheat? I would count in creating duplicate worlds as cheating. Let's take as somebody I don't know. It depends on what rules you personally want for your world. Minecraft doesn't have one such official rule book, so whether it's cheating, it's more about your play style. Many players would call it cheating. You're removing the risk of death. Survival is designed so that death has consequences, losing items, respawning far away, etc. Duplicating the world lets you undo mistakes, which bypasses that risk. So if someone is trying to do a pure survival challenge, they would usually be considered as cheating. But some players see it as a backup. People often make world backups before exploring dangerous areas, copy worlds to testing something, reload if a bug or unfair death happens. If those cases, in those cases, it's more likely a safety save, not necessarily cheating. A good rule many players use. Ask yourself, should I feel proud of the progress I know knowing I can undo that? Yes. I proud of this even though I did. Because technically I still did the same not the same amount, but I still did the tiny when I would dead. So I know yeah. If yes, it's fine for your play style. If no, you might prefer playing without backups. A middle ground option. Some players only reload a backup if that it was caused by a bug or a glitch. The game lagged, something clearly unfair happened. Well, the first that we rather had that one time we was extra body that I fall in the lava. And honestly, all my fault. I was walking bad, but I was unfair because well, and again, that thing the walking the gun switched to the thing on the side for some reason. Like I don't even know how they call it to be honest. And the other one would be giving myself that one pickaxe. Honestly, I could have just gone back to the A, through that thing and walk all the way there, but well, I just can't get a pickaxe for some reason. And that wasn't needed, so I wouldn't say that was cheating. And traveling all that way, I would travel all that way normally to a normally. And I ended up giving myself a fire potion. Yeah, I don't really see nothing too bad in that. On top of that, that run out before I even reached the fortress, I think. So not to worry about it much. And I don't know that I never cheat other than creating alternate worlds and scout the area without have to go in there myself and deading all the time. But they accept normal deaths, yeah, I accept many normal deaths and I did so much time. It's not illegal or anything, but most survival players would consider it cheating or at least lowering the difficulty. Back to the Reddit. Credits to r slash copypasta. The one Reddit that one Redditor 0703 7 years ago for submitting the poem. Also one of the comments they say I submitted this into a poem competition, but changed a few words and I won Lamau. Lamau. The teachers sure were bad. The teachers probably didn't play Minecraft lol. They probably go trash by a zombie and rage quit. Got trashed by a zombie and rage quit, yeah. Honestly, pretty damn wholesome and motivating. Just beat the game, late to the party. After being in a dark place, kinda needed this. Reading this after Technoblade's death gives it a whole different meaning for me. It's unspeakably sad and also gives me hope. Ah, I don't even get shot. Oh, this is this stupid fiber. I see the poem you mean. Poem of a name? Yes, take care. It has reached a high level now. It can read our thoughts. That doesn't matter. It thinks we are part of the game. I like to play it well well. It did not give up. It is reading our thoughts as though they were on a screen. That is how it chooses to imagine many things when it is deep in the dream of a game. Words make a wonderful interface, very flexible and was terrifying. And then staring at the reality behind the screen. I can read all this by your short, this is a whole dictionary. And the universe said I was stronger than you know. I don't even know what that's. We post pasta for mobile users. Why? For mobile users, obviously. 3-year-old me. This is taking too long and it makes no sense. I'm skipping this. 19-year-old me, bawling my flipping eyes out. Yes, it's true. As a child, I was totally not accepting. Accepting. It's not how accepting is right. So I call it accepting. No. This, and it was interesting but I didn't understand it. No, now as an adult, I just cried a lot. But it was even better because I knew wasn't in a Twitch live of a streamer that never played Minecraft, so it was really wholesome. One of the most profound and subtle things I have ever read. Beautiful. This is really a copy paste Reddit because this Loki just sending the same message over sometimes. Well, I think what happened to the subreddit? If a girl was my crush, is that a sign? So I have a co-worker, and once we had a playful argument. She put her hand right on my lap, rubbing it while looking at me in the eyes. Next time we disagreed, she said, "I'm gonna take a bite it out and bite it." I said that I don't mind, since she was me more even when I have an erection in a playful manner. Is that a sign that she likes me? I have no clue. Nuke the whole generation. Guys, if I'm married with 2 kids, does that mean does that mean she like me? Like that? Nah, she's probably just Canadian. She just being nice. Diablo. No, I think she just being friendly. Don't read too much into it. Diablo. Just say, look on the screen. I have seen goodness. Guess which item I'm going to spawn you with.
Right. Think creative.
I'm not creative. That's
I
not
know.
loading. That's a book like that sometimes. You got with all of my items, Jesse.
Who?
The enderdragon. He take all of it. He kill me like 50 million times. I don't got nothing to do in overworld. Like, I even get out no more.
Bro, just end the series, eh?
Yeah, I'm gonna show you how I reach it. Not pay attention to that. Because show you my strategy here. I run out of food and I was down 1 HP. I couldn't heal anyways.
So you what I do?
So what I do is I run back to the start where the aim put out there. And I lock myself in so that all the items would spread out too far. After that, I kill myself, and after that, I go and get food in the overworld, and I go and come back. To be honest, I would do it faster, but my water bucket gonna get drained out.
What you used to do was just.
Also, I gone dead over there. I did over there like 5 times. I did over there like 3 times.
How you doing?
I did over there 8 times, I think. Around where it was again? There, I think it was. I gone dead at least like 4 times. And during the time between me and you talking and this, I gone dead in the nether then. I gone dead at least 4 times, I think. And in the world, I gone dead 2 times. And I don't know how much that equal to. You just the end where they're the most. But yeah, I'm low-key trapped in here and I know got none of the items I need.
Just end the thing.
I don't know, I got the items in here. My perfect fishing rod. If I get you in a forever world, but it would be so perfect, but well. No, my best I just keep this in the chest.
Bruh, just come out, yo. Feed don't take 1 week.
Only a few days. Only a few days for hour. Not for hour. Combine that would be I think I guess 14 hour. Low we see. If I don't get at least 14 hour after that, I have to have done this too fast.
You're not in stream yet.
Nah, wait. 1 hour. No, other two. 4 hour. And afterward with this is gonna make
7 hours.
7 hour. Half of 14 hour. I do a good job today.